Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about my first impressions on K-pop idols and groups. Remember, these were my first impressions and I am entitled to think what I want. If I say something offensive, educate me and feel free to share your view in the comments. Number 1, Stray Kids. The first song I heard was District 9 and I fell in love with it because of the beat drop and the rapping. I then started listening to their other songs like Elevator and began staining. My first impression on Stray Kids were that they seemed like a talented boy band and I immediately fell in love with Felix and his visuals. Number 2, Twice. Twice was the first K-pop group I got into. The first song I heard was Yes or Yes and I found it strangely addicting. I then listened to songs like What Is Love and am now a hardcore stan. My first impression on them was that they seemed like a cute group and like they really enjoy what they do. My bias is Sana as she just radiates energy. Number 3, iKON. I first heard about them after BI drug scandal. I know it's not the best way to hear about a group, but that's how I got there. I listened to their songs but I just couldn't get into them, but I did like Love Scenario and Killing Me. My first impression on them was a bit iffy as I had heard about their scandal first. Number 4, Blackpink. The first song I heard was D×4 and I really liked it. I started listening to their other songs but eventually got bored as they sounded pretty similar. I then got bored pretty easily because they didn't release music that much. My first impression on them was that they seemed disinterested or less interested than groups such as Twice, Red Velvet or Mamamoo, and that they seemed more interested doing solo promotions. Number 5, EXO. The first song I had heard was Love Shot and immediately became interested. I then started listening to their other songs and became a fan. My first impression on them was that Dio seemed to be a very good vocalist and that they seemed like a solid boy band. My bias is Kai. Number 6, Red Velvet. Okay, so as you can tell from my name, Red Velvet became my ultimate girl group fav. My first impression on them was that their music hit differently for me than other groups. Their music is unique. The first song I heard was Russian Roulette and that has remained my favorite song. My bias is Irene, not only for her looks but for her talent and personality as well. Number 8, NCT. The first song I heard was NCT 127 Regular and I started checking them out more and became a stan. My first impression on them was that they seemed to have a lot of passion and could show that in their music videos. My bias in all of NCT is King Taeyong, of course. Number 9, BTS. I fell in love with them after listening to Dope. It was just my cup of tea. I thought really highly of them because of how unique I thought that sound that came from Dope was. My bias is V and my fav part is.
Ayo, ladies and gentlemen, 준비가 됐다면 부르게, yeah. 다 녀석들과는 다르게, 내 스타일로, 내 스타일로, yeah.
Number 10, G-Friend. I'm so sorry buddies, but I found their music generic and to be honest it didn't change after being a part of Big Hit. I liked Fever but that's it. This is the only first impression I have that has stuck solid and I have never questioned. Number 11, Onius. They are literally one of the only boy bands that prioritize vocals over dance and I love it. This first impression did stick with me but sometime I questioned their songs a little. My favorites are Valkyrie, Twilight and English Girl. Number 12, Mamamoo. My first impression on them was that their concept seemed different and unique. My bias is Hwasa. Number 13, 17. My first impression on them was that I thought they were too big of a group for my liking, but after staining NCT I gave them a try. My fav songs are Fear, Lucky and Hit and my bias is Vernon. Number 14, Pristin. I didn't like their music. I liked Pristin v Get It. My bias is Kyle King. Number 15, Everglow. I loved Bon Bon Chocolate and Dun Dun was meh. That's about it. If I had to pick a bias it would be Aisha. Okay, so that's it. Subscribe and like if you want to fight. Have a cocoa with me in the comments.